Well, are you going to eat it? There we go.
The bread was put in 24 minutes ago. It cooked about 400 degrees, preheated around 450, and it looks great. It's all browned up and looks like it's ready to go.
Oh yeah, solar cookies. Nothing better. Nothing better than a solar cookie.
Drove about 1,000 miles to be here. He came last year and the year before. I wouldn't miss this for anything. You see everything from people that came out, crawled out of their caves, from engineers that came out of their office. They're all here, and you never see any argument about anything. Everybody agrees with what's going on here, or they wouldn't be here in the first place. So that's why I enjoy it. I like the people.
We came out one day for a solar potluck just like this, and I liked what I saw, and I yelled at him for 9 months to make one, and he finally did.
It takes about 2 days to build one of these, but it takes you about 6 weeks to find the cotton picking components. That's the only trouble with them.
Well, you scrounge most of the components, wherever you can find them, to hold the price down on it. And like the base, for instance, the base is the bottom of an office chair that lets it swivel to follow the sun.
Anything you can cook in a regular oven, you can cook in that oven.
No electricity, no nothing, just put your food in there and let it go. It works absolutely marvelous. It's perfect.
Big, small, chrome, cardboard. Solar ovens come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and price tags depending on personal preference. Homemade ovens can cost as little as pennies, utilizing recyclable materials. Commercial models generally run between $50 and $200. But regardless of the price, through regular use, a solar oven can pay for itself many times over. All you need is sunshine.
Sun's heat comes down and it cooks the food. Because you aren't using electricity, you're using solar electricity.
We're going to cook hot dogs. Come claim your prize.
Nobody was really interested in solar. I mean, we've always had a flip of the switch and turn of the key, and we got all the energy we need. People just don't believe the sun works. And it really doesn't work, if you come right down to it. Until big business can get a meter between you and the sun, they're going to tell you it won't work. Energy is big business, real big business.
All right. Oh, look how this came out beautiful. The dough is like really came out beautifully. That's outstanding.
I want to see people practicing it. A guy came up to us one time, and we were all sitting around similar to this, just having a discussion, and we were dickering about which type of oven was the best oven. And we went around and around from box ovens to slant-faced ovens to parabolic type cookers. And one of the guys in the group said, well, the best oven is your oven. And I said, well, why is that? And he said, because you use it. And you see, that's the key. It doesn't matter what type of oven you use. If you use it, then it works. If you don't use it, it's worthless. And I think that's what keeps me pushing on this.
Form one line on each side of the big here.
Well, if you're too sick for school, well then you're too sick to play. And I can't count the times that it gave me away. Kids wanting out and dogs wanting in. They're all doing the screen door dance again. Most of the memories I keep in store all seem to hinge on that old screen door. Slap and a squeak and a scrape on the floor. The sound of that old screen door. Most of the memories I keep in store all seem to hinge on that old screen door. The slap and the squeak and the scrape on the floor. The sound of that old screen door. Thank you. Thank you.
So why is the Tucson Solar Potluck different than any other backyard barbecue? Well, it's proof that individuals can and are doing something to use energy efficiently and responsibly. Some, like Barbara Kerr and Sherry Cole, have used what they have learned about solar cooking to make a real difference for lots of people on an international scale.
I remember very clearly that we decided at some point that we were putting a lot of energy into the environment fighting things. That was during the time of trying to set the air pollution control standards. And we needed also to be doing something more positive.
The sun's been here a long time. Like air and water, it's one of those integral parts of life that most of us take completely for granted. But in doing so, it may be that we're overlooking much more than just a new way to bake beans.
I have the feeling that it is something that's long overdue and that spiritually it has been offered a number of times and we have turned it down, and we now have the potential for really making this part of the human consciousness.
Every morning the sun comes up and makes itself available to people throughout the world. Individually, a great many of us could take advantage of all kinds of solar technology that we continue to pass up. Meanwhile, we keep using non-renewable resources like they're going out of style. As long as we depend on the centralized forms of energy production we take for granted today, we'll continue to strip mine, to pollute the air, generate nuclear waste, and dam our rivers. The solar alternative is real. It's here today in many different forms. But the use of it can only start, as it has in Tucson, with individuals making personal commitments and acting on them.